Hi guys, how are you? Alright, let's talk. And I don't have a clue what I'm going to talk about or how it's going to come out or anything like that. I'm just going to spill the beans. So, I'm the kind of person, if something needs to be done, let's get it done. Okay? Let's just go ahead and dive in, get it done. If it can't be done now, when can it get done? And then make sure it gets done at that time. So, I'm pretty responsible. Um, yeah, I'm pretty responsible. And I don't, when somebody is stopping me from being responsible and doing what I need to do that's going to benefit me, I get really pissed. Okay? I get really pissed because you're acting simple in the head, and because you're acting simple, I can't do what I need to do. So, y'all know about the situation with the female narc who went psycho ballistic, very dramatic, very stage-worthy performance in regards to her father disciplining her precious son who she thinks doesn't deserve rules. And so she went ape shit and started exercising her perceived power and holding on to the title of the car that I was supposed to get, and I don't want you on my property no more, stay away from my kids. And she just went psycho. She was literally spinning out of control like a satellite in space, and I am not exaggerating. And those of you men who have dealt with narcissistic women, believe me, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? You know. Even women who have dealt with narcissistic women, y'all know how it goes. So the best thing to do with an irrational narcissist, especially a female, because they are so cutthroat and so make everything personal, and there's just a specific evil that can't even be described when it comes to women narcissists. It's just a different kind of evil that's really hard to explain, but it cuts to the core. And I'm not talking about a narcissistic person who you exposed all their lies to other people. Okay, I'm not talking about that situation, because a narcissist deserves to be exposed. But this was an agreement that myself and my friend had with this female narc, his daughter, and she has rained on everybody's parade. She's on a tirade, and she's just completely irrational. So what I've decided to do, which hurts me, but I'm acclimating my brain to it, I have to sever ties with her. Obviously, that's already been done. I blocked her on my phone. And I need to sever ties with the car. I need to sever ties with the money that I put into the car, because, again, he didn't put anything legally on paper. So, therefore, you know, that's it. There's no legal leg to stand on. I can't take her to court. Just, wow. So I have to sever ties with the entire situation, and I've already started looking at other cars, okay? I think one of the dangers that people have, and I've done it too, is before this situation is a done deal, you already have images of you obtaining that particular item, what you're going to do, you know, I have to go back to physical therapy, I'll be able to do that, and all this other. And I had all these images in my head. How much is gas going to cost? We're going to get nailed on gas. We already been getting nailed on that. That ain't nothing new, but I just wanted to know what the damage would be. And so the danger of having that mindset when you're not in that situation yet is your expectations are bigger than the reality, because you haven't even been in that situation yet. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. Okay, you've been offered a job and you're going to start in 2 weeks. Okay, then you know what you may have an idea what you're going to get paid and that kind of thing. So that's a different story, because that's usually a done deal when someone hires you. They don't get mad at you for illogical reasons and then cut you off and don't ever contact this company again, and we're rescinding the offer. You're not getting hired here. Companies are not irrational like that. They know what they want and they go for it. And if they want you, then that's a done deal. And you're going to start in 2 weeks on this particular day. This is how much money you're going to be making, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So in some situations, you can have an idea of what is going to transpire as a result of this particular thing. But when somebody reneges on that, on their word, and you had all these ideas in your head, I'm gonna, like I said, I'll be able to go back to physical therapy and I get to do what I want to do for a change and go where I want to go and this, that, and the other, and that wasn't going to ever happen. So there was a disappointment of that too. There was the disappointment of everyone is going to pay for this narc's behavior because her son is going to pay the price. Her son has a car that he wants to get sandblasted. I guess that's a new paint thing they do. I don't freaking know. And Grandpa was going to do it. Her father, narc's father, was going to do it. Well, now he's not getting his car done. I'm not getting the car. He's not getting his car finished. He's only 15. He don't know the first thing, or 16. He don't know the first thing about sandblasting a car, so he would need Grandpa's, guidance. And the men that she sleeps around with, because she's not really in a relationship, she likes men who are already taken. That's what narcissists do, especially female narcissists. They prefer men to be taken. None of those men are worthy of anything other than a stiffy. So she doesn't have enough sense to require any kind of skill of any sort at all. Okay, so she hurts herself in that manner. She's hurting herself in a devastating way, because he knows how to repair all the damages to her house. He knows how to do, the flooding, fix the flooding situation. He knows how to fix the car, the grandson's car. He knows how to do all of that. But she's cut him off at the knees and cut me off at the knees as well. So I'm going to sever ties. She could keep the car and shove it up her ass if she wants to. She could twirl it around in a circle while it's up there. I really don't give a fuck. We've already started looking for another vehicle. I saw one, but I don't want nothing to do with it. It's got 300,000 miles on it. No, I don't want to sign up for that. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the person's honesty about that, but how many miles it had, but no thanks. So, when you're dealing with a narcissistic individual, since they get an orgasm off of power and control, that just gets them off. You can't get them off like that, but power does. Oh, baby. That gives them an orgasm worthy of a volcanic eruption. Having power over somebody or having power over a situation. Well, that little piece of paper that she holds, she's exercising, holding that paper so that exerts power over me. And I never did nothing to her, like I said. But when you're dealing with the narcissist, the best thing to do when you know what their weakness is, and their weakness is power, you take the power from them. Will it hurt? Yes. Will it make you angry? Yes. Do you feel like you lost money? Probably, possibly, yes. Did you feel like you wasted your time? Yes. But you have to snatch the rug from under their ass. That's the only thing that wakes them up. You take away supply, which is whatever they're using you for, and you take away their power. I got this piece of paper that you need. That's not the only car in the world, but thanks anyway. Nice try. And I told myself, And there's a possibility that a better deal will come along. A car that has a lot less problems, you know. And buying cars are also, you know, it depends on why the person's selling a car. A lot of people try to be sneaky and sell the car because it's junk anyway, and they want someone else to pay for those headaches. But if a person's a mechanic or knows how to fix cars, that may not be a big deal to them, but your average person doesn't know how to do that. So, you know, some people want to sell their headache to someone else, and they may not be honest about what's wrong with the car. But there's also situations where people are getting, they're downsizing, you know, they're buying another vehicle, a newer vehicle or whatever, or they're getting, some people are going overseas and they're selling the car. I mean, so they're not always selling it because something's wrong with it. A lot of people do that, but there's people that don't. So something else may pan out that's better, a better situation. But when you're in the, you know, caught in the heat of the emotion of that situation, and you've been kicked in your teeth with steel-toe boots and you didn't do anything wrong to this person, you're going to be angry. And you're going to want to hurt them. You're going to really want to hurt them physically. Okay? But I take solace in knowing that she's hurting herself because she doesn't know anything about car repairs. She doesn't know, two of her cars are broken. Both of her houses have damage to them. She has no clue, zero clue how to fix any of that. So she's going to have to spend her precious money to fix all of that. And that's not something she wanted to sign up for. So she's hurting herself, she's hurting me, she's hurting her father, and she's hurting her son, and she don't care. She's hurting herself and she still don't care. Because the irrational emotions barricade the common, well, she don't have any common sense at all, or else she wouldn't act this way. But she just don't get it. She just don't get it. She just don't get it. But anyway, moving right along. I'm putting myself in a mental place of I have to sever ties. Leave the car alone. Leave her alone. Do what you want with the title. You can eat it for dinner if you want to. Saute it with onions. I don't give a shit. I can't do it. I can't do it. And like I told my friend today, I said, might have to spend more getting a vehicle from someone else, but hopefully they're not a narcissist, and if they have the title to the car, which they do, right? 9 times out of 10 they have the title. They're going to sell it to you because they want a mutual benefit. They want you to have the car and they want to get the money for it. There's not going to be a power play. Oh, I'll sell this car to you, but you're going to dance to my tune because I'm waving this title in the air. You're going to buy the car, but you ain't getting the title until I say do da-da-da-da-da. You're going to dance to my tune. That won't be part of the equation. Okay? I have never, ever, ever purchased something from someone who acted like that. Never. My first car, I think, was a Japanese car, 4-door. I didn't want a foreign car, and I didn't want a stick shift, and that's exactly what I got because it was reasonably priced. The 2 things I didn't want, I got. So I had to, you know, get better at driving a stick, and I hated it. I just, when the roads go straight up and down and there's ice on the road, who the hell wants to deal with a stick shift? I don't, okay? Yeah. It's just an extra thing that could go get broken, and the clutch could go broken, and then it's just extra thing. It's just, I don't like it. But that's what I ended up with the first time. And no, there was no power play at all. It was beautiful. Here's the car I have for sale. Have a look at it, drive it around, whatever you want to do. You can turn it on, listen to it, see if there's any, mechanical issues, whatever. If this meets your what you're looking for, then, let me know if you're interested. And there was never a power play. Like, you could buy here's the keys, but I know you're buying the car, but what are you willing to do for the key? How hard do you want to kiss my butt for the key? There's never that dynamic. Only with her. So we need to eliminate her power. We need to snatch the rug from under her ass, and we need to buy from someone who doesn't act like that. Because normal people don't act like that. And she can just, Her life is going straight to hell anyway. I mean, all these bad things are happening with her at the same time. So she basically cut her own legs off to see how better she can walk with no legs. And that is a typical narcissistic mentality. They don't want solutions. I told you all that before. They get mad when you have solutions. So let's say they say, we can't go on that trip. The typical narc mentality. We can't go on the trip because gas is too high. That's their mentality. And then you say, well, no, there's a special this week. There's a store down the street, the one we usually go to. They're having a sale. So if we're smart, we'll get gas now. No, I never saw a sale over there. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Well, why not? If we put, they don't want a solution. They don't. Even if you dance to their tune, this is what they're gonna say, and she is no exception to the rule. You ain't never did nothing good for me. You ain't never did nothing right for me. And the things that you did for me, you screwed them up anyway. Which is a lie. I'll give you a prime example. My God, do you think we're not going to figure out the pathological lying that you're doing? You don't think we're going to find out that those are lies? Stupid. You cannot be that stupid. Oh my God. You can't be that dumb. Oh yes, they can. Oh yes, they can. Anyway, so she had taken her car. It's a Kia. She took the Kia SUV to a mechanic, and she told him that it was vibrating when she was driving it. Then he must have given her a quote because she didn't go back over there because she ain't trying to spend her money like I said before. So she had her father fix it because she'll pay for parts, and you're lucky if she paid for that. And then she said, he screwed up the car. You screwed up the car. It wasn't vibrating until you put your hands on it. Everything you do is a complete failure. That's a bold-faced lie, because when her father, my friend, went to the mechanic and said, did she ever tell you that it was vibrating when she drove it? He goes, oh yeah, it was doing that in the beginning. Guess what? That was before he touched it. Before her father touched it. But hear her tell the lie, it didn't vibrate until you put your hands on it. So I told you before that they're delusional and they rewrite history. So between the pathological lying and the manipulation and the delusions, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell of getting the truth to their titanium head, because in their mind, lollipops are hanging from trees and raindrops are Skittles. So there's not a damn thing that you're going to do, and you getting mad at them and screaming and saying, how dare you? The mechanic told me that it vibrated before that, and this person who's a liar and delusional is going to tell you that is not what the mechanic said. You're making that shit up. So listen to me. Because the person is mentally sick, and because they're a pathological liar, and because they're mentally sick, and because they're delusional, there's nothing, nada, niente, that you're going to say to them that's going to give them a goddamn aha moment. So you know what you do? You cut ties with this individual and you just be done with it. Okay? This same individual, the daughter, the narc, she's ripped into him, her father, my friend. I wasn't there because I wouldn't have tolerated it. Oh, hell would have broke loose worse if I was there. I didn't know him at the time. Anyway, she ripped into him on Christmas because they have orgasms for power and control and embarrassing you, humiliating you in front of God and everybody. They love it, they love it, they love it. The drama, the drama, the drama, the drama. If they have a choice between having a romantic interlude with their favorite celebrity or causing drama, they're going to choose drama because that's what gets them off. So Christmas Day, in front of God and everybody, she decided to rip into him, and the house that you worked on is horrible, and it's got this problem and that problem and this problem and that problem. That none of that is true. None of that is true. You're arguing with a delusional person who's sick. You're arguing with a psychotic person. Okay? If someone, I'll give you an example. If someone is convinced that they are Abraham Lincoln, you are not going to make them change their mind. When they look in the mirror, they do not see themselves, they see Abraham Lincoln. And there are people who are delusional to that severity also. And some of them are in a psych ward, which is not too far from where she should be. She needs to be locked up. I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. You're not going to convince them they're not Abraham Lincoln. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not. You're not. So you have to sever ties. You have to take away their power. You have to come to the realization that the imagery that you had in your head, once this goes through correctly, this arrangement goes through, I'm going to do this and that and this and that, and these are my plans. Get that out of your head, because that may not happen, especially if the person's unbalanced. So you have to divorce yourself from the image that you had in your mind if this had progressed properly and normally. You got to divorce yourself from, oh, this is finally going to make my life easier. I'll get to do this and that. You got to divorce yourself from that. It's going to hurt like hell, because all of this could have been prevented had the person not been desperate for power. This all could have been resolved. But divorce yourself from the delusions. What you planned is not going to happen. This person is sick. Your best bet is to sever ties. When he claimed, and some of you all probably thinking, yeah, but I saw your other videos and you said that she robbed him of 30 grand. She stole 30 grand from him. So why did you think you could do business with her? I'm going to tell you why, because maybe some of y'all got that in your head, and I'm going to tell you why, and that's a very fair question. Because I didn't think that she was at fault as much as he was at fault, because you have to document when a person pays you. You can't blame them if you have nothing written down. Because all they got to do is tell you they paid you, which is what she did. She lied and said, I paid you. She knows god dang well she didn't pay him. But she also knows he has no documentation and no proof and no receipts or anything. And his excuse for not documenting was, I didn't have time. I was working long days and I didn't have time. And you know what I told him? When you're sitting down to use the damn restroom, while you're sitting there, start jotting shit down. Okay? When you're sitting at the dinner table, in between bites, you write shit down. Don't tell me you didn't have time. God dang it, you had time. While you're soaking in the bathtub, don't get your hands wet. Soaking in the bathtub, put a tray in there. You could put a desk in there that's designed for a bathtub. You can write on there. Just don't get the paper wet. Don't tell me you don't have time. This is of massive importance, because that's a lot of money to have no records of. So I blamed him more than her, because you're the one you're doing the free labor on her house. I'm not doing free for shit. You're going to either pay me up front, or I'm going to keep a steady record. We're going to have an agreement in writing, and maybe notarized if we have to. And, I'm going to cross all my T's and dot my I's. I'm not going to be in that situation. And I'm not doing it for free. So you can either pay me up front or something. I don't know. Or pay me half of it up front or something. But I'm not doing that. I'm not signing up for that. You crazy. You must be crazy. So I blamed him more than I blamed her. And I wasn't there, so I don't know what really transpired. But I know that he was at fault for not documenting. So, and then there's this. I never saw that side of her. I never saw the conniving, lying, backstabbing. I never saw that personality. She hid it for Number one, I didn't see her that much, so it's easy to hide who you really are when you don't see the person that often. And I've known her for 4 years, going on 5 maybe, or something, ballpark. I never saw that, but like I said, I hardly ever talked to her, and I didn't see her that often. So she could be on her best. She was apparently on her best behavior every time I saw her. So anyway, I gotta get going. Y'all be good. Be careful. Watch your back. If somebody shows proof that they're crazy and they have a massive temper tantrum for no real reason, that's a sign of being unbalanced. Unless, of course, you did something dumb. If you antagonize them, they're going to eventually flip out. So don't get excited when they flip out, because you keep on pushing. So naturally, they're going to flip out. That's just common damn sense. If you took their mother's pearl that was inherited through everybody's grandma into your mom and then your great-grandma, everybody, every woman in the family's had that pearl ring, and you gave it to somebody to wear, your girlfriend, and she lost it, oh yeah, the person's going to go psycho ballistic. But, so those are reasons. But if they go psychoballistic based on delusions in their head, you better run for the hills and stay the hell away from this person. They're proving to you that they're ill. Get away from them. I'm getting away from her. I'm done. Y'all take care. Much love. I'll keep you posted.